Well, look at that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Earth Day edition of Creative Living right here on Sewing Machines Plus Takeover Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you to SMP and the crew there for always letting me take over on my Tuesdays and do whatever I want to do. I am so happy to be here today because it is Earth Day. And of course, I love sustainable fashion. So a quick few hellos to some of my friends. Hey, Leah. Hey, Sarah in Whitman, Arizona. I've got Carrie Crafts in Omaha. You know me. You've been hanging on since like early this morning. We love having you here, and I'm bringing the energy for you. You know me. Yes, it is great to have you all here on this special show for Earth Day. Now, for those of you who know me, know I love to refashion, reuse, remake, recycle. I mean, for decades, I have been refashioning once loved garments. I mean, probably since the 90s. First, I would do it, well, maybe even like the 80s. First, I would do it for Barbie clothes. But when I really started making clothes out of old clothes, it was for photo shoots with my friends, just having fun. And then I started doing it for fashion shows, like big charity events. I thought, well, this would be cool on a runway. And then I started doing it on morning news shows. I refashioned prom gowns on the Today Show. I've been all over the country refashioning once loved garments. And now I do them as demonstration, as inspiration. All of this just kind of turned into my passion all of these decades. And now it's a trending topic. We know that. I want to inspire all of you. I want to inspire people everywhere to reclaim, rewear, and refashion old clothes. Plus, I love a really good sustainable fashion moment. So today we are talking about upcycling with style. Why? Because it's fun. It's eco-friendly. And if you haven't already started, I want you to start today, which then brings me to my question of the day. Are you ready, my friends? Are you ready for the question of the day? Because we've got a jam-packed show. What is your favorite project that was refashioned or upcycled? Okay, so that means either you did it, you refashioned it or upcycled it, or somebody else refashioned it or upcycled it for you. We're going to be putting your comments on the screen. Roger will do that. He's hanging out in the back. Hey, Roger. And he'll put all your comments on the screen. So what is your favorite project that was either refashioned, repurposed, or upcycled? Either you did it or somebody gave it to you. I want you to get some inspiration from all of that. Now, let's talk about the why. Today is a great day to think about refashioning and upcycling. Today is Earth Day, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the reason why we refashion. There you go. Thank you. It's really a great time just to rethink our fashion choices and reduce textile waste. So 92 million tons of textile waste is produced globally, 17 million tons in the US. That 92 million tons of textile waste is equal to one garbage truck of clothes wasted every second. This is crazy. Now, the average American throws away 81 pounds of clothing every year. By the way, I have a buddy. He sends me a video every time he throws away a shirt. So I bought him a sewing machine and I said, turn it into something else. And then once we get rid of all those clothes, only 15% of them are reused. Fashion production responsible for 10% of our global carbon emissions and 700 gallons of water to make one cotton shirt, 2,000 gallons of water to produce one pair of jeans, which is why I recycle my jeans and my cotton shirts all the time. You can see I'm not making this up. I got the sources there on the bottom of that screen. I just want you to know this. I'm not fashion production. We need it. I just want us all to rethink and remake something today. So with that being said, I've got a lot of things going on today. We've got a jam-packed show. I've got 2 demos that I'm going to show you. Oh, I'm going to try to get 2 demos in, and I'm going to answer your questions, and I've got some inspiration photos. But first, we are going to talk to somebody who is an expert in rescuing old fabric and bringing them to sew us just like you. Her name is Sarah Torres, and there she is. Her name is Sarah Torres, and she is a Deadstock fabric expert and a small business owner. Now, I met her, I don't know, somebody told me about this. Oh, I was shopping at like a fabric store, and they told me about SewingMachinesPlus.com. So crazy. This was years ago. So I went on SewingMachinesPlus.com and I bought stuff. So Sarah Torres is the founder of SewingMachinesPlus.com. And since 2021, she has helped divert over 600 pounds of textile waste from landfills. I cannot wait for you all to meet my friend Sarah. I want you to learn about everything that she does. So huge welcome to the show, Sarah Torres. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, good morning. Hi, fellow nerds.
Yes, everybody say hi to Sarah. Sarah, I'm so glad that you're here. Sarah and I did a podcast on my Creative Living podcast a couple of months ago. So it's out there on the interwebs, wherever you get your podcast. But it's a really long extended version of what Sarah does. So Sarah, SewBySew.com is your business. Tell everybody what Deadstock fabric is.
Yes, so Deadstock fabric, this is surplus fabric from the fashion industry. So the fabric left over from production, manufacturing, that's Deadstock, leftover. So go ahead.
No, and where does it come from? So like you're reselling this Deadstock fabric, and it's all these fashion production houses. So it's their overrun. So to me, an overrun is like, oh, I've got a scrap. But to them, overruns are like yards and yards and yards. And like, where does it go?
Yeah, pallets and pallets, floor to ceiling walls of fabric. So that is Deadstock. It's caused because of the overproduction within the fashion industry. Mills have such large minimums that it's hard for a smaller brand or designer to keep up with them, or maybe fashion's moving too fast and these fabrics, that trend is gone for that brand or that season, and then they're sitting with leftover fabric, and they in order to keep it from going out of landfills, I go ahead and source it from brands and designers and manufacturers here in Los Angeles who are looking to move their unwanted fabric and give it a second chance.
So you're digging through just warehouses of fabric, just like,
yeah.
Is it orderly and neat, or are you just in there getting grimy and pulling out your faves?
It is messy. These are dirty, dingy, dusty warehouses, but I love going through them. I feel like a kid in a candy shop, and I see potential in all of these fabrics. There's a customer for everything, and my goal is to find the diamonds in the rough.
So talk about what you're doing. In the intro, I said that you diverted over 600 pounds of Deadstock fabric to hobbyists and sewists and designers. Talk about how your work helps divert perfectly good textiles.
Yeah. So since 2021, which is when I started with my top selling product, the mystery fabric bundles, we have diverted 7,312 pounds of textile waste from not going to the landfill. So my mystery fabric bundles, these are exclusively filled with the cutting room scraps from production, as well as the Deadstock fabric. But these scraps are, anywhere from 5 to 12 yard pieces that just didn't make the cut. They're these small little nugget rolls. So instead of letting them go to waste, because those are too small for manufacturers who are producing here in LA, no one wants anything to do with them but me. And instead of letting them go to waste, I curate mystery fabric bundles by the pound, where you can order and curate with like 8 different style aesthetics, like cottagecore, grunge, retro, rodeo, and 8 different colors to choose from. And each bundle is curated just for you and helps keep 1 pound, 3 pound, 5, 10, 20 pounds of fabric out of the landfill.
I love that. So when people go to your website, you can pick and choose the fabric you want. I've gotten mystery bundles, friends. I've picked fabrics that I want. You always see Sarah's little thumb on there. It's like she's holding her new favorite fabric. Quickly, because I want you to show us some examples. I want to show everybody the fabrics that I got. I looked through, can you see that?
I love that one.
Oh, it's upside down. Sorry. This is a Deadstock fabrics from Sarah's website. I haven't made anything out of it yet, but I will. This is another one from Sarah's website. I love this. They change often, right, Sarah?
They do, yeah. So with Deadstock, because these are the end of rolls, I'm limited on how many yards are available, and they're not going to be reprinted or reordered again, unlike major big box stores, which just keep reprinting.
So some of the ones I showed you may not even be around anymore.
Exactly, yeah.
So is this one around anymore?
No, she's gone.
She's gone because I bought it. So this is one of my fabrics I got from Sarah. I showed SMP Nation this like a couple months ago, and everyone's like, what did you make out of it? So I'm going to show you, Sarah, and everybody what I made out of my Deadstock fabric. It's super cute.
Let's see it.
Okay. Roger, you want to put that slide up? Maybe. Yeah, nope, that's not it. It's the Deadstock fabric one. But good, that's close. It's close. I'm wearing leopard. There you go. So I made that out of Sarah's Deadstock fabric. It came to me. I paired it with and that actually the skirt I made as well from some old fabric. But that's what I made. And I wore it to an event, and it was so much fun and beautiful. Sarah, I want you to show me some examples of fabric that you have there with you.
Oh, sure. Maybe I'll bring and carry you along with me.
Okay, great.
So this is Grandma's fave. This is one of the fabrics that you got. This is a beautiful rayon challis crepe. I love this fabric. It just makes me so happy. I love the retro style. I love the colors, the flowers. So fun, perfect for a flowy, nice little outfit.
Yeah.
We got this one here. This is a fun new one. This is I Saw the Sign. Tia's spicy salsa. We also carry knits and ribs as well. So this is like a retro inspired rib. Another fun print, this neon plant party. So this is like a slub cotton jersey. And I believe this one is under $10 a yard right now in the shop. I try to make things really affordable. I also do like sales on select fabrics called bulk and save, where you can save up to 20% when you buy in increments of 5 yards or more. We have Proud to Be Me, fun little rainbow stripe. This is one I'm almost sold out of. Strawberry Dreamin'. She is so cute. Rayon challis. We got Nana's a softie. We got flannels in here. We're starting to carry more quilting cottons as well, but just a variety of fabrics to choose from. I try to list things, the mystery bundles are curated by style aesthetics, and that's also how I organize my shop as well. So something like this is going to go under my retro aesthetic because it just makes me think of like a vintage fun grandma moment. And then this strawberry here, this would go under my cottagecore aesthetic. Yeah.
You know what I love, by the way? That's okay. I love that too. They're done. Fruit prints are a summer trend. Red, the color red, butter yellow is a trend, and fruit prints are a trend for summer. So I love that you showed us the strawberry print. By the way, they're amazing, and there's so many more on your website. And again, these are all fabric that would end up either being resold or going to a landfill or going in the garbage, right?
Yep, or even incinerated. It's crazy. There's so much waste in the fashion industry. So any way that we can give these textiles a second chance, time, energy, resources have already been put into them. We don't need to create new fabric unless that new fabric is being created in a sustainable way. So I'm all about using what's already available to us.
You're awesome, Sarah. I want everyone, I think what you're doing is so great. And I mean, I get it. Those fabrics may not be on trend, but guess what? They are on trend. And that's why I want everyone to know you. I think what you're doing is amazing. So it's sewbysew.com. Sarah is so generous, giving all of you watching today a discount. So what do they need to do, Sarah?
Yeah, so for the discount code, you can get 25% off your entire order with the code So Cool.
Oh my gosh. What? With what kind of code,
So cool.
Sarah?
Exactly.
We didn't even plan that, friends. It's just so cool. Sarah, you're awesome. You are so cool. And Sarah is running off to another event. I'm sure it is something for Earth Day because you are helping us save the planet with by saving fabric.
Thank you. Yes.
And at the end of the show, friends, Sarah is going to do a mystery bundle giveaway. She's not going to be here, but we'll make sure. So stick around. Make sure you comment. That's how you're going to win. Sewbysew.com. Go there. Check it out. Sarah, you're amazing. Anything else you want to leave our friends with today?
I just want to remind everyone, especially during these times, that sewing, it is beneficial for your mental health. So if you're feeling any sort of anxiety right now about the state of the world or where things are at, I think you just need to hit that pedal to the metal at your sewing machine.
I love pedal to the metal. I say get off the treadmill and hit the sewing mill. So there you go. Sarah, everyone say thank you to Sarah. Sarah Torres, sewbysew.com. Keep on doing the good work, my friend, and we will be in touch soon.
Great. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody. Sarah Torres, I'm so grateful that she jumped in on our Earth Day show. I love what she's doing. Listen, if you are a first-time viewer and maybe you don't even sew or you don't make anything and you're here because you're my friend or you saw it on social media, you can buy fabric there and have somebody else sew it for you. You can bring it to the seamstress on the street. You can glue it together. You can use it for home decor. It is something for everyone. You don't have to be a sewist to use it. She has beautiful fabrics. And so that is why I wanted you to meet her. And a couple of side notes, because we're going to jump into our first project. Sarah was outside. She I meant to ask her that, but yes, those were birds that you heard outside. She's in California. So she sorts all of the fabric on big tables, and then she boxes it up and she sends it out. And she even uses recycled boxes to send it to you. So, all right, let's move on. And we're going to move into our first project, and that is upcycling cargo pants. So meet me over at the cutting table and we'll get started. Roger's going to start putting up some of the comments that you have. And maybe, Roger, we'll just put up that screenshot of the question of the day so people can be refreshed if they're just tuning in now. There you go. All right. What is your favorite project that was refashioned or upcycled? You could have done it, or maybe somebody gave it to you. We'll put those up while we get working on my first project, which is cargo pants. Okay, so here we are at the overhead table, and we're going to make a skirt out of old cargo pants. And these are pants that were maybe in your garbage, at a garage sale, but I've got tons and tons and tons of these old cargo pants. So first, let's deconstruct them, and then I'll show you how to put them together. It's not going to be a complete project, but you'll get the idea and you can work on it today. So I'm first going to just cut up the leg. We're going to be using the pant legs because we want the pockets of these cargo pants. I know these could end up in the landfill, friends. What if nobody wants them? They were discarded. I found them, and now I'm going to make them into something cool. So I am using my Kai scissors to cut. I just actually was outside of Seattle a couple weeks ago, and I went to visit my friends. I don't know if you guys know about Kai scissors. I'm sure Blaine sells them on the website. Whoa, excuse me. But I'm obsessed with them. I got to see the guys. Wait, Christine, you haven't tried upcycling yet. Well, today is the day. Thank you for joining me. You're going to do it today. Okay, so I was in Seattle. They're actually in Sumner. And I got to go visit my friends at Sewing Machines Plus. And I was just running around. You don't want me running around your scissor studio, but it was fun. So I am just, what I want to do is try to use the most of the jeans that I can, or the cargo pants. So I'm going to take off the waistband. And by the way, I'm leaving enough space under the waistband because I might use that later, right? Everything about this is about saving your scraps. And don't worry, we're not cutting all 6 pairs of cargo pants to make this today. We're just going to cut this one so you can see how I get the shape to it. And let's see. So I'm going to just use one. Oh, I love that. I love that this has the logo on it. You know, I love the logos. So let me just cut this. And yes, denim is one of my favorite things to upcycle. I love these. Keep the comments coming. Feed stacks. Yeah, that's so cute. I would love to see some of these. You know, I would love everybody that's here, by the way, save this. You never know what you can use this for, but you'll figure it out. I would love to see these photos of the things that you have upcycled, like the feed sack tote bag. Okay, so this is the part that I want to get. Now, if I wasn't pressed for time, I would probably just quickly sew this down. We're not going to use all the way up to there, but the part I want is this cargo patch, or this this pocket. So I'm going to fold my pants in half, and I've made my own pattern. Now you guys know that I'm kind of like I don't know, I just make it up as I go along. So I make up patterns as I go along. What I decided is I needed a triangle, and I wanted to add maybe 6 or 8 different pairs of cargo pants to my skirt. I was thinking like this big ball gown would be really cool, but how do you add 6 or 8 pairs of cargo pants to make a skirt? It's got to be pretty skinny on top, right? Up here. So I did the math, and I was supposed to have a demonstration of doing the math for you here, but I figured like you need 4 inches, 6 inches, wherever it's going to fall on your waist. Now this is going to be right at your hip bones, and then we'll make a waistband that goes right up to your waist and your belly button. So it's going to sit like normal, but this is just kind of a base. I like the length of it. You could use the whole thing. Mine is almost like T length, but again, if it's skinnier up here, you can add more pants and make it fuller on the bottom. I think I landed on like 6 or 7. So I'm going to, and the thing is too, if you could save some of these pockets, try to do that, and you can add them to the other parts of the skirt. Now, yeah, I have my pattern here, but you all know I don't do anything. I don't do anything by the rules. So let's just cut that. And I think I have a little extra here. We'll get rid of that. So I've got this. I want this to be skinnier. We can do that in the sewing process. Yes. Oh, you made a skirt with we love skirts with pockets. I love to add pockets. So here we are. Here's my triangle. This is what we want to do. Make a bunch of triangles. We want to make sure we preserve this pocket. Look how good that pocket is. I love that. And then I want to get rid of any excess in here. So I'm just going to cut this off, and then I would tack that down so that it's not open. Now, because I am an overachiever today, and it is Earth Day, and we're having such a great time, I've already cut one out. I'm going to show you how we pin it all together. This is a different, I love it so much. This is a different pair of pants. Believe me, I got all these pants. So I go and I just look around and try to find the oldest things that people are throwing out. I'm garbage picking on Tuesdays. I mean, it's just a lot of fun to be me. And again, nothing is perfect around here. So you see that. I'm going to pin this up. Oh, I want my bottoms to line up. Excuse me. Oh, that's great, Lisa. You were gifted. That's one of your favorite. That is amazing. I want to see some more of those while I'm just pinning this, and then we'll head over to the sewing machine. So this is my project number 1. And I only have a sewing machine set up today. Did not bring my serger over, but a lot of the times, because this is denim, I'll sew it and then I'll just clean the edges with my serger so that it's nice and clean on the inside as well. So we'll do this. By the way, do you know that Earth Day started on April 22nd, 1970? I didn't know that. And because of Earth Day, that is how the EPA started. That's the Environmental Protection Agency. I know, I'm full of answers. Let's go to the sewing machine and we will sew these sides together. Okay, so here I am. I'm using the Brother NS80E, this cute little sewing machine. I just set this in the middle at 3 because I like it. But I love this little machine. And I'm just going to easily sew up the side. Not a big deal. It's just a lot of, I think maybe the reason why I love upcycling is because the structure is there for you. Is my arm in the way? I'm sorry. Here we go. The structure is there for you. And so I'm just kind of using the lines that we create, and I'm imagining what this could be. In my head, I really wanted a ball gown. I ended up with a full skirt, which you will see at the end of the show. But what I would do if we had all day, not all day, a couple hours, I would cut all of these out. I would sew all of these panels together and make as full a skirt as you want. And as you can see, whoop, there we go. This top, that's pretty wide. So I would probably taper this in a little bit. But let's go back over to the overhead camera, and I'm going to show you what I have done already. Here we go. Let's see. Hi, guys. I'm just making sure you're still with me. We're going to go show you what I've done. Okay, so this is the first 2 panels. And again, as you continue to go, you would just taper in all of these to hit your waist measurement, what you need. So because for the sake of time, I've already done several different cargo pants put together. And again, I love the variety. I love the colors. You can see this one once had sort of that, you know, you can pull this up on the side if you're wearing it. That's so cute. Look at that. That's cute. And then I got to be honest with you, these are just a pair of leopard denim that were once loved and were not going to be loved anymore. I think there was a hole in the inside. So I cut them and I used them upside down. So different ways to use those pants to create. Now this here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7. All my materials are not the same. I will not add the one that we just did, just for sake of putting this together, but I'll show you quickly how this works. We'll pin up the sides. I wanted to show you what one looks like full. And I am also going to be adding a zipper. Now, you could just put a little tiny waistband here, and this could be right at your hips if that's what you wanted to do. My design is just a little bit different with a thicker waistband. So I'm going to leave room right about here for a zipper. And we'll sew up the side. I'll show you where the zipper goes and what the waistband looks like, and then I'll show you the finished product. How about that? There you go. But it's always so much fun for me. You come up with this idea, and then it ends up what you want it to look like sometimes. You know, I wanted fuller. I guess I could have done fuller if I had made the top a little bit skinnier, but I love, you could add like a full skirt underneath, like a little, like a tulle skirt, just for some volume. That would be really fun too. There you go. So I'm going to just sew this up to here, and then we're going to put I'll show you where the zipper goes here, and I'll show you what the waistband looks like. So let's head back over to the sewing machine. Here we go. How's everybody doing? Good? Okay. Now it's getting heavy. So I always tell people, if you're new, excuse my arm, sorry. If you're new to sewing and you haven't made anything yet, whenever I go on TV and bring a sewing machine with me, I always just say, hey, listen, it's a bunch of straight stitches and a little bit of math. It's just a lot of fun and you cannot make a mistake. So I'm just leaving a little bit of extra seam allowance here so that I can fold it over for my zipper. This was kind of like, I wasn't even going to do this skirt, but because I wanted to show you guys, I'm going to end up with the cargo skirt. There we go. Any questions? We'll put those up on the screen as my back is to the notes right now. And also, just so you know, I just put everything underneath these sewing machines. I just do. I always have. I just put it in there and just start sewing. Okay, let's head back over to the overhead camera. All right, here we go. So here's my skirt. I love this so much. I'm going to turn it inside out and show you the waistband. It's a big skirt, isn't it? Yeah, Dorothy, you love pockets and everything. You're going to love this cargo skirt. It's got pockets everywhere. The other thing I think would be really fun, you could add some more pockets down here. You could add some pockets like into these open spaces and really make it, use some of these leftover pockets to make it a cargo skirt. Okay, so now here's the thing. I always tell you I don't use a pattern. I don't. I make them up. This is made out of craft paper. This is for a low waist. This was longer for a really low waist, but because I wanted to sit higher, I've folded it down a little bit to fit my waist. But this is on the fold right here. I'm going to cut two, one for the inside, one for the outside. I've done that already. Again, scrap fabric. So that's going to be my outside. And in fact, I didn't have enough fabric, so I pieced it together. And this is my inside right here. So I'm going to take this and we're going to sew right around here. Let's see. Only got a couple of minutes left with this project, but I want you to see how the waistband goes. And instead of going back to the sewing machine, I'm going to just show you the one I've already done. So we're going to go, you would sew right here. Everybody following me? I sure hope so. And then this can be a back zipper or a side zipper, whatever you want. I think I made my first one with the back zipper. It's kind of interchangeable, fits around anywhere. Here we go. Here we go. And then once you have the sewn, you're going to clip the inside so that you have a nice waistband. So because of the sake of time, I've got one done right here. Now, once this is sewn, you can see here that I've clipped on this curve so that when I am, thanks, you know me, I want it to be easy. It really is easy. It's just a bunch of straight stitches. I clip the curve, so when you fold this over and press, it lays down flat. I've also taken the bottom edge and I've pressed it in so that this is going to be a nice finished edge on the outside. So your waistband will be sandwiched in between the two. So I'll show you how we do that. This is where our zipper is going to go. I'm going to give it a little press. Hopefully my iron is ready to go. I just want to make sure that this area where I'm putting the zipper is got some area for the zipper to hang out at. So I'm just folding it in as if it were a seam allowance, right? There we go. So we'll just do that right there. Okay. Let's give that a little press. Take a breather. That's what we're doing. So That very first Earth Day I was telling you about in 1970, 20 million Americans joined in on that day, in the very first Earth Day. And now more than 1 billion people celebrate Earth Day worldwide every single year. I think it's just like, oh, it's a good reminder to be eco-friendly and be mindful. And I'm not, again, not mad at the fashion production business. We need them. But I just think being able to upcycle your clothing is a great idea. And if I'm inspiring you to do so today, I think that's awesome. Okay, so here we go. The edge, I've already folded in the edge of my waistband. I'm going to put this, I want to have a little bit of space on here, and then I can lay in my zipper later, but I'll just get this loosely on here. You'll see where we put the zipper. I like to just do the top first, and then I'll go in and do the bottom. How's that? Thank you. Let's see. What else are you guys working on? I'd like to hear about it. And somebody had written, no, I've not upcycled anything today or yet. I think maybe you could start thinking about it today. We're going to show you some photos in a little bit of really simple, easy things that you can do. And believe me, I've got my fabric stash just like everybody else that still needs to be sewn on. So, and that I did not buy, that I just bought at a fabric store. There we go. And once I get this inside sewn in, I'll flip it over and I will put the inside in. This would be the time, if you were going to make like a tulle underskirt, this would be the time to add that underskirt in. After you pin this top, then you would add the underskirt in as you are pinning the bottom. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Thank you. Let's see. And sometimes it doesn't fit perfectly, so you have to adjust, but that's okay. I'm just trying to do this fast so that we can move on. So this I need to bring up a little bit. Yeah, I've made it really small. I've made a really small waistband. But once this is in, then I'm going to put the inside in place, just like this. Just like this, and I would pin this in. I'm going to add my zipper, which I don't know where it's at right now, but I would put my zipper in, and then for the sake of time, I'm just going to show you what happens. Is everybody okay with it? Thanks, Roxanne. I'm glad that you're happy with this. I would just sew right around the top. And that once you're sewing the top, because the inside is pinned in as well, you're also capturing that inside panel. Does that make sense? Thumbs up. That makes sense. And my zipper would go underneath here and then sandwiched in between right here. And I promise you, I had a zipper. Oh, here it is. So my zipper would just be put in like a regular zipper. And I would then put this part inside the waistband. I've got some of my professional sewists out there. I'd like to know your take on this. But then this would just be sandwiched into that because I'm extending the skirt. I'm extending the top, you see. And I would sew all of this at the same time. I'd pin it all together and then I would sew it all. And of course, I'd use my zipper foot on the zipper. But let me just put this here. And once I get this pinned, I will hold it up for you and you could see how cute this will be. This could be literally, you could add gems to this. You could add embroidery to this. You could add patches to this. I mean, you could make this, like I said, with a tulle skirt and wear it for like a really fancy gala. And if you did like a fabulous top, how great would that be, huh? Whoops, I missed that one. Oh, friends. Here we go. I just want to get 2 more pins in here so it looks like it would be sewn together. And so you would sew your zipper in, and this would go on the inside here. And then you've got your either side seam or back seam zipper, whatever, however you want to wear it. You would have all of this sewn on. It's going to fit you right at the waist. I like the really thick waistband on a lot of the things I do. But there it is, friends. How cute is that? Thank you, Roxanne. And then you have pockets and you have various, and then your zipper would be sewn in lovely back here. Zip, zip. And then this back, I think I would do a back zip because I just love these 2 grays in the back. Oh my gosh. Okay, so because I am not finishing this and because I'm giving you this idea, please let me know if you have any questions. Again, you're just cutting multiple triangles. Let me just get that there. Sewing the triangles together. Super easy, Jill. I'm using the existing bottom. You don't have to hem anything except for these pants that I did upside down. You could add to it. You can add your own waistband. The skinnier it is up at the top is how you're going to modify the size of the waistband. But this is your cargo pants skirt. Yes, lace at the bottom and rhinestones scattered throughout, Lisa. That is awesome. So I love this so much. Now, this is done in black and gray. I made one already, and I did it in camo, and I also did it in, you know, just beige and camo and your typical cargo pant. If we can throw that beauty slide up, there you go. So there's your cargo pants remake. It's turned into a skirt. You can see a little bit on the right-hand side. There's like lace. That is a tulle underskirt that I added into the bottom of that skirt. But that is, you can absolutely put embroidery on those panels, Jill. That would be super awesome. For that one, I used 7 different pant legs, and for this one I'm sorry, for the one on the screen I did 6 different pant legs. For the one I just did, I did 7 pant legs, only just because I wanted to see if I can make it fuller for you guys. But I think it is so cute. It is it's so much fun to upcycle those pants and turn it into that awesome skirt. So I hope you guys try it. We've got some time left, so I'm going to show you one more thing, and that is turning a skirt, an old skirt, into a capelet. There you go. So I know you can't really see this, but this was once upon a time, it was 2 skirts. So I took the front of one skirt and I took just the skirt part of another skirt to make a capelet. So a capelet is typically shorter than a normal cape. And obviously this one is short. And, you know, a normal cape would be long, but this is fun. It's a great way to reuse old skirts to create a cute little capelet, maybe over a little black dress, or maybe you have a dress that matches. It looks like I have football player shoulders because my other sleeves are so puffy, but let me show you how to make a skirt out of a capelet really quick. And yes, this is an upcycled cotton shirt because I know that it takes a lot of gallons of water to make one. So I did add my big puffy football sleeves, and no, these are not the same fabric as the pants. So let's go over to my overhead and we will work on a skirt. So you could do 2 skirts into one like I did with the one I just showed you, or you can do 1 skirt into a capelet. And I'm going to just do 1 skirt into a capelet, and I'm going to show you how easy this is. I want everyone to make this today. And then I know what you're saying is like, well, when am I going to wear a capelet? You know what? You'll find ways to do it. And so I'm just going to, here it is. That's my back zipper. It's such a bummer to like ruin a back zipper, but I'm going to, because I'm never going to wear this skirt. So I'm just going to cut up the back. I mean, if there's a way that I can save it, I will. But I'm going to cut up the back, cut off the zipper. And you may have other ways that you want to do it, which is totally fine. You can line 2, you can wrap 2 around, you can merge 2 together. I just didn't have 2 that I wanted to put together. I'm saving the zipper, by the way, because I could use it. Okay, so I've opened up my skirt. Now you're like, okay, that's it. That's what we're doing. All I'm going to do with this skirt is fold in the edges, like give it a double fold, top stitch it closed. 1, 2, and then I'm going to add some lace and embellishment. I'm going to add something to it. I think I might add, this is like in my scrap bin of like embellishments. And then I'm just going to top stitch this on here. And you would close that with a ribbon. I know, it's so cute. It's cute and it's easy. It's and you can 2 skirts together is a little bit more involved, but I want to just give you the idea because I know we all have skirts laying around that we could do this with, and it's really fun. And when people ask you, where did you get that? You're like, oh, it's 2 skirts. So let's just give this a little press in. I'm going to do a double so that we're hiding the raw edges. But I'll press it down really quick. Oh yeah, we got a couple minutes here. I know I have Roger all day, he said. So if you guys want to just ask some questions and hang out for the next couple hours, we can. But I'll be mindful of your time, I promise you. So I think that my goal for today is that you look at clothing differently. If I'm looking through my closet or I'm looking through at a thrift store, or I'm not looking at what the piece is, I'm looking at what it could be. Like those cargo pants, I was thinking I need a ball gown, I need a skirt. And that's what I came up with. And I think the ideas can be endless if you think about it. And I'm also kind of cool with like semi-homemade. Thanks, Lisa. Semi-homemade. I don't know if you guys know about there was a TV show on, and it used to be called Semi-Homemade, and the girl, the chef, she would do semi-homemade food. So she would buy some food from the grocery store. It was already pre-made, and then she would pre-make something else. She would make something to go with it. So it was called semi-homemade. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool. And this is the same thing. Like you can do semi-homemade sustainable fashion. So if you have fabric scraps at home that you got at the fabric store, you can also use some of the items that you want to upcycle, and you've got a semi-homemade garments. Thank you, Laura. You remember the show. Is it still on? Semi-homemade. The girl's name was Lori or something. I can't remember. There you go. I'm just going to press that a little bit more. This is my Oliso iron. I think one time I was using this iron and somebody said, oh, that's a cute iron. And ever since then, my husband goes, where's the cute iron? Okay, so I'm just going to top stitch this, and I'll do the same on the other side. And then we will. Sandra Lee, that's it. Sandra Lee. Thank you. Sandra Lee, not Lori, Sandra Lee. Okay. Yeah, so now we got the same thing, semi-homemade fashion. How about that? Yeah. And click on this. And then we'll sew it, and we will be done for the day. Anybody else? Did anybody else write what their favorite upcycled item was? I saw I saw a couple, but I'm just talking away and looking down so I don't burn myself. Let me put this back over here. There you go. That's my cue of the day. I like to have a question of the day and see what's on your minds today. So sometimes I wish that my iron would be really hot, but when you don't turn it on, bags. I do like a good bag. What is your favorite item to upcycle? I use a lot of denim. I know Linda Brooks, did you get the bag that I made out of denim? I think you sent a note earlier. Who got the bag made out of denim? You sent me a note today, but again, I love it. I started a long time ago. All right, let's go sew these, and then we'll come back over here. How could you choose what size skirt to make? You can use any. That's the best part. Oh, let's get over here. So any kind of skirt, you can shorten it up. You know, if you wanted it to be shorter, you can lengthen it. You can merge two together. That's the best part about it. About putting these skirts together. We'll see what happens if once I go over these hard. I need my good needles. So I think you can, if you use any skirt, you can always shorten it. You can always lengthen it. Again, back to me sewing over anything and everything I can. I've always done it since I was little. My mom would be like, what are you doing? So you can shorten the skirt. You can lengthen the skirts. You can you can use one skirt inside the other skirt. You can lay the skirts on top of each other. If there's a skirt pattern that you like, if you're at the store, a thrift store, or you're at a garage sale or a yard sale, and you see something that you like the fabric or the pattern or the colors, I would just try to figure out what you can turn it into. Right? Let's see. When my towels get frayed, I cut them up and serge the edges for wash rags. That's great. You know what else you could do with those? You can turn them into like wristbands, maybe. You can I did a nice demo on turning them into wristbands one time. You could probably find that on my website. You could also find this exact demo on my website where I put two skirts into one, making one cape. Thank you. So that's on my website as well, janeklaus.com. I know we can throw that up there so you see it. I know you've all been there. I would love for you to join my mailing list. I don't totally flood your inbox, but I will send you a note every couple of weeks, and it's got sewing ideas. It's got decorating ideas. There you go. That's my website right there. But if you join the mailing list, sometimes I've been doing secret family recipes lately. So if you have a secret family recipe, see, there's one right there. If you have a secret family recipe, sign my mailing list, but also send me a note and I could preview it on my e-blast and I'll give you credit and you can send me pictures. It'll be a lot of fun. But I'm all about the cooking too. And we're going to get close into here. Give it a couple of... And we'll cut these off. Let's go back over to the overhead camera. So you can see how quick and easy this little skirt is going to... You made your slum gum? Come on, go back to that. Who made it? Let's go. Oh, Murphy, you made the slum gum, but you made a healthy version of it. Is that correct? That's a secret family recipe. I'm so glad that you made it and you shared that with everybody. Look what I've done here. I've used whatever color I have on the bottom doesn't matter though, you can't see it anyway. Okay, so I thought this trim would be so cool because it's already got like the eyelet in it and you could use that. Let me just find the right end and I'll pin it down. Thank you, Murphy. I know Murphy does a lot of sublimation projects. Okay, by the way, so I thought this would be cool because you've got the eyelets in it and then you could put like laces in there. And this is like faux leather. So I would just do a cool top stitch and call it a day. You make dust mitts. Oh, great. You know what else you can do with that, Linda? Not only dust mitts, but you can also turn them into car wash mitts. So I used to take old terry cloth robes. I think I have a demo of that on my website as well. I took some terry cloth robes and I turned it into, to car washing mitts for Father's Day, actually. So instead of dad lounging around the house, I gave him something to do. Haha. Okay. Thanks, Joyce. You never thought to make car washing mitts or dust mitts or just any of it? Joyce, what are you working on today? Here we go. And I'll just cut the edge. I'm so excited for this. There. And then we'll do the other side. We'll sew it together. I'll put a tie in it. I'll put it on, and then I'll do some giveaways. And then we are all going to go and enjoy the rest of our day. But I'm super excited to inspire you today with some of these projects, show you how quick and easy it is. I know I promoted this to like tons of people, and I know I've got some new friends that are out there that are new sewists, and I want to inspire them to make, because you don't have to throw everything away. Let's see. You can't see what I'm doing here. Okay, your favorite thing was a comfy dress and white blouse that got stained in the front. You cut off the stain area and added a lower bodice from the dress. It turned out great. See, Becky, what a great story. That is awesome. And then you could also put this all the way around. The trim, Joyce. You know where I got the trim? I got it at Joann Fabrics. I know. Rest in peace, Joann. Because they're going out of business. And I know I just said go buy go buy fabric from our friend Sarah. But Joann is going out of business. And I went and stocked up on some trim because I use a lot of trim when I'm upcycling. And I think it's fun to add around embellishments and on the back of flannels. I put trim around if I'm merging two shirts together, but I also really like this trim. Yesterday when I was kind of looking through, I have tons of trim. I was looking through, these are circles and then this is circles. So I thought that was super cute. So let me add this here. We'll hit the sewing machine one last time. I'll put a little lace on here, or a lace up. And then I'll try it on for you. And then we're all going to be super excited. But you can already see how cute that is. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, follow me to the sewing machine. We're almost done. Okay, there we go. And there we go. So let's see. Oh, I probably should have rethought my thread on this, but that's okay. You know what? I am going to make my stitch a little bit longer because it's pulling. Oh no, pulling. Let me pull that up and start over. Okay. It's kind of sticking to the leather. So I'm going with a longer stitch so that it doesn't, whoops, that's not what I want. There we go. So that it doesn't stick and pull. Oh, these are just the fun parts of just trying something new. Maybe we would put something on here so it doesn't slide. What do you guys think about that? Am I getting any comments? Yeah, friends, this is like a faux leather, so it's sticking underneath. So we could put like a little slide, like something silky, so it doesn't sew to it. But I can also, because it's stretching and I'm hurrying up, but that's okay. Let me slow myself down. You can see where it's stretching. I'll just cut it at the top. This is so fun. I told my sister the other day, I rarely fail, but when I do, boy, I love it. When I say fail, I mean in like cooking or sewing something, not in life. There we go. Okay, can you even see that pulled on me? A little bit. See, it's like a little bit nubby right here. Uh-oh. Time is flying. Let me get through this and well, you know what? Come on, let's go over here. Overhead. So just for the sake of time, I see that this is pulling, so I want to be able to fix that. But I will leave it like this. I will put in just a cute little ribbon. And let's see. I'm not, or you could put in a clasp. I think I like the clasp idea better. There's that. Let me throw this on and we can see what it looks like together. I'm like Robin Hood with my big shoulders and or like Superman or something. But this I think will be very cute once I finish it up. You can even line it, and I'm not wearing a huge shoulder pads. Whoop. Or you can even lace it lower. Okay, here we go. I think this is cute, like over a little black dress, over just something to stay warm. There we go. That would be great on the sleeve of an arm. Yeah, totally. Let me pull this back. Oh my gosh, it's not even done and it's cute. How cute is that? Adorable. I love the circles. I promise I'm going to fix this. I don't love this, so I probably do like a little clasp, but that's super cute. Now, because I didn't get to finish, I have one that is finished and I made it into a photo for you to see. So there you go. That is your skirt capelet. And you can see the pink one that you're looking at is two skirts turned into one. And the one on the model is just one, like the one that I just made right now. So that is your skirt into a capelet. The capelet is short and fun. It looks great over her little black dress. That's my friend Keisha. And yes, Janet, you will have to try it. So listen, it's just really all about saving your scraps. It's all about taking a design and thinking about reinventing it into a skirt or a shirt or pants or whatever it is. I've got a few photos for inspiration, and that is a wedding gown made out of white neckties. Remember, you need to rethink and get inventive in what you're doing. We can fly through these pretty fast. That is men's denim leg pants turned into a wraparound skirt with a beautiful embroidery design on there from the, I think it's the Brother XP3. And we can keep moving. And again, tuffet footstool and pillows made out of neckties. Everything is rethought. That's just a crossbody bag. That's old denim. It turns into a crossbody, then also a backpack. Super fun for festival season. And we'll move on. That was an oversized, really grungy old orange sweatshirt that I did some embroidery on it and shortened it up. I love that style shirt. So it was super fun to wear. Old sweatshirts turned into pillows. How great for that to be, to send it away with your kid at school. Or if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, Molly Klaus, you're watching today. That one's for you there in the back. And the next one, denim patchwork with a hoodie. The hoodie is made from an old sweatshirt. And again, all my denim scraps that we talked about. And that is a scarf. It's not winter anymore, friends. Let's get rid of those scarves, especially the ones that have holes in them, and let's turn them into sweaters. Let's turn them into scarves for next year. And remember, like, these projects are part fashion, they're part function, and they're 100% eco fabulous. If we have any more pictures, we can keep showing those. Oh, yes, these are a pair of old trousers that didn't fit anymore. So we cut up the side of the leg and we added a gray tie up the side of the leg. So it gave a little bit more volume in the leg and in the hips. And so that these pants were able to be worn again and again and again. And that is my brother and my sister-in-law, Jamie. And those are t-shirts that I turned into aprons for them. It kind of tells the story of their life. So that is a really fun and cute idea if you're looking to give a gift. And we can keep going, Roger, if there are any more photos. That's a tie skirt with zippers in between each of the ties. It's a wraparound skirt. Again, it's that drop waistband that I love so much, but that seems to be my signature waistband right there. And that is 3 shirts turned into 1. So different ways to you use those cool shirts, and you can make another shirt out of the opposite sides of those, but that's another way to upcycle some old shirts. And then those are zipper brooches. Easy and fun. You can make a brooch, you can make a necklace. There are so many things that you can do with all of the leftovers that you have at home. Remember, you don't need to buy it to wear something new. All you need to do is upcycle and refashion any of your old garments that you have in your closet or garments that you find at the thrift store. Earth Day is the perfect day to do all of that. Now you can see this is the same cape that the model is wearing. This is an old skirt. I just added a quick little tie on it with a nice button. And then you saw how she had it on. She was kind of wearing it off with a little black dress, which I think is really cute as well. I will finish my skirt capelet and I will pair it with maybe a green dress. It's so cute. I love that. I would love to see what you guys are making. Janet, thank you so much. I have a couple giveaways, so let's do that really quick because time is flying. I usually go about 15 minutes late, but it's so much fun to be here with you guys, and I have a lot to say. So let's talk about it. All of your names are in this. What are we going to do first? We'll do the 1 pound mystery bundle from our friend Sarah at Sew by Sew. Should we do that? Let's do the, if we can put the Sew by Sew up so we know where it's coming from. There you go, Sarah Torres. She was on earlier in the show, SewBySew.com. She's giving everybody a 25% off discount today if you use that promo code. But she also has generously given us a 1 pound mystery bundle for our winner today. So we can go to the wheel and let's spin the wheel, Roger. There we go. Oh boy, this is exciting. It's going to be hard to choose. Oh no, it's going to be a mystery bundle. Oh, Tony Covarrubias. Tony Covarrubias, you are the winner of the 1 pound mystery bundle today from our friends at Sew by Sew. So Tony, what I need you to do is still go to smplive.tv, scroll to the bottom of the page, fill out the information, make sure that you give us your name and your address and your phone number, all the information. And then in the notes, say that you won the mystery bundle on Takeover Tuesday with Jane. Make sure you say Takeover Tuesday with Jane, 1 pound mystery bundle, Sew by Sew. Just so the folks at SMP and I can give your information to Sarah and she can get that out to you today. Tony, hanging with us on YouTube. Congratulations. You have 30 days to redeem that prize. So head over there now, smplive.tv, fill out all that information. Be sure that you write Takeover Tuesday with Jane and the Sew by Sew bundle. Very good. So I'm not sure. I had asked if we have any more prizes. I am guessing we don't, since I did not hear back. Oh, hi, it's me again. Okay. So no more prizes for you, just that one from our friends, which I love. And I just want to really thank you so much for joining us today on this special Earth Day edition of Creative Living right here on Takeover Tuesday for Sewing Machines Plus. I want you to remember to get inventive. I want you to save your scraps. I want you to go thrifting with a plan. Go in there and know that you're going to make a cargo skirt or you're going to make a cape with a skirt. If you need any more information, you can always go to my website, janeclaus.com. I've got all kinds of fun things in there, sewing projects, sustainable design. I have got crafting and DIY, and I've got a cute little shop with merchandise, and you can join my e-blast right there. And again, I won't inundate you with too many emails, just enough inspiration to keep you going. So if I'm not forgetting anything, I thank you so much for joining me today. I am Jane Claus. This is Sewing Machines Plus, SMP Live, and to all of my friends here at SMP Nation, on anybody that is new to us today, thank you for joining us. Thank you for hanging with me, making all of my projects today. Remember, reclaiming fashion can be stylish, it can be personal, and can absolutely be powerful. I wish you all a wonderful day, and go make something. Go make something sustainable. Thanks, everybody.